What's up, guys? Welcome to your Bitcoin update. We're going to be taking a look at what's going on here. A few different things I want to look at today. We're also going to talk about that, what is it, 3 peaks in the domed house. And I know Crypto and Kevin Svensson, I think his name is, both have different views on it. I'm going to show you why I think they're both invalid. The whole pattern's invalidated. We'll take a look at that towards the end. We'll also be taking a look at the shorter term time frames for Bitcoin. Also, the Dow Jones, DXY, gold, silver, Ethereum, Litecoin, XRP. And then we'll take a look at my 10-year cycle theory and see how that's looking and how it could match up with the .com bubble replica that I think we could be looking at according to the Amazon chart. Now, stick around. Make sure you watch the whole video. There's going to be a lot of info in here. Definitely check it out, and let's talk about it. So you guys know, if you've been watching the channel, about my 5 waves down here, looking for ABC up, which we finally got, and now looking to see what our downside target is. Now, we could pop back up. I know everybody's still very bullish. We could get another run up to possibly this 53.4 tops, but let's take a look at this. I showed you this yesterday. You see the higher high in the RSI right here, yet we had lower high in the price action. That is hidden bearish divergence, and this is on the daily. I think this could still play out further to the downside. Like I said, we'll get into the smaller time frames. We'll look at the areas to watch, but we also have a measured move here from the break of this rising wedge, and that gets us down to the mid 20s range. Now, in the, I guess, more bullish case scenario, this would hold, and then we continue up from there. There is a much more bearish scenario that we're going to be talking about here shortly also. Let's take a look. Let's zoom in and look at our EMAs here. Obviously, our 8 EMA, this is going to be massive resistance if we do try to get up here, and that's going to be around the 48.7, 48.8 area. If it does get up there, I expect to see at least some rejection. If it can break above that, then we're looking at the 200 EMA again, which is around that 50,000, which we all know that would be heavy resistance. If we could break through that, the next stop would be around the 52,000, and then ultimately that 53 to 54,000 is possible. That would also line up with the 55 EMA if it took a few days. Although I still don't think that's what's happening. I'll explain. So this is the Amazon chart versus the Bitcoin chart now. You can see the similarities here. If we do, you see this orange trend line I drew in here? Actually, it's a little off over here. Let me put it on there. So once we broke that, that was pretty much it. So if the same thing happens, be aware, guys, that could happen. And if we do come down to test this within the next few days, it's going to be around the $40,000 range, which is confluent with what a lot of people are talking about. I would expect a bounce there. How high? We could go as high as the mid 50s, maybe a little bit higher. Do I see us going to a new all-time high from that point? I do not. I could be 100% wrong, but I do not think that's what's going to happen. Oh, I took a poll before the video, and I said bounce soon or drop more. 32% of you said bounce soon, 42% said lower, and 26% said who knows. If you guys aren't subscribed, make sure you go down, subscribe to the channel, tick that notification bell to get you notified when I post new videos, and take 1 second out, smash that like button. I do appreciate it. So anyways, back to this chart. Once this orange line is broken, I think that is pretty much it I think that's pretty much telling us that the bear market is definitely 100% in. So we'll be keeping an eye on that on this channel. But look at the similarities in this chart. These are the weekly charts, mind you. I see a lot of other people talking about it now. I did a video about this about 2 weeks ago. Seems to be some people are starting to catch on, kind of like back in March when I made the video about the distribution before the top was in. But anyways, so if this was to happen, this was a 95% drop. That would be around 3,800. That's the very bearish case scenario. But the good thing is It's super bullish for the long term if Bitcoin is to succeed, and I'll show you why here in a few. But you can see the similarities in the weekly: bearish divergence here, bearish divergence here. Everything lines up perfectly on this chart. This even had the overextended ABC correction, just like we had in Bitcoin. So just to show you guys the similarities. And the good news is, people call me the most bearish person in Bitcoin, but in all reality, long term, I'm probably the most bullish if this here was to play out. And the reason I think this is a lot like the dot-com bubble is because back then everybody was telling everyone to buy any dot-com stock and you would get rich, and everyone was buying everything and everything was going up. Sounds a lot like crypto and the shit coins. I do believe the shit coins do need to be washed out, and this will be how they get washed out if this happens. I do believe it's a very, very good possibility. But here's that same spot on Amazon. You can see what happened after that. If we were to wash out all the bad crypto, which is 98%, maybe more, and all that money that people would be losing, the people that get that money, the smart people that sell all the crap, will eventually put that back into Bitcoin. Excuse me, guys. So you see this red line across the bottom here? It took 10 years for Amazon to break back up. It took almost 2 years for it to bottom after that. So if that is the case and it played out similar, we'd be looking for a bottom approximately mid to end of 2023. Again, if you guys want to see the super bullish scenarios where everybody's, looking at the bullish side, watch literally any other channel on YouTube. I'm here to show you my view, which happens to be the contrarian view. These are all the unfilled gaps. I know a lot of the other YouTubers like to talk about the gaps need filled, but they only talk about them when they're above us. They never talk about them when they're below us. We have a gap all the way down at 3,600 also. And again, I'm not saying it has to go that low. 23, the mid 20s to low 20s could hold. We'll have to keep an eye on that, see what happens. If you guys are interested in trading, definitely check out Primexpt, by far my favorite exchange. They do not trade against you. You won't find all the other links down there trying to get your money. All you'll see is Primexpt because it's the only one I actually trust. Definitely check them out if you haven't already. They have contests up here that you can join for free. And by winning the contest, you can win tradable funds to actually, you won't be able to pull them out, but you can trade with them and actually keep the money you trade with if you win these contests. It's a great way to get familiar with the platform, learn how to use it without any risk. So definitely check it out if you haven't already. You can use my promo code SAVVY25. That'll get you 25% off your trading fees when you are trading for real. So I also have a video on that, on Primexpt, how to adjust the leverage and this and that. A lot of people get confused with it on my YouTube channel right down here. Here are some helpful videos. If you haven't seen them yet, I suggest checking them out. Check those out. There's a few more tutorials down here. And we're not going to go over this. We went over this yesterday. So this was the line we were talking about in yesterday's video. I talked about if we opened and closed a 4 hour above that, then we could be bullish. Open and closed below, bearish. And as you can see, we opened one candle, but we didn't open and close it above. And the second candle closed above, but didn't open above. So now we are back below it. My target range, this first range hit here, didn't quite go down to the target, but still see us going down to that range, possibly getting another bounce up. Something like this. Now it doesn't have to bounce, but if it does bounce, we may see something like this, come back up, test this area. And if it breaks this area, then we could be, going up to that 50,000 range. If we do break below this, I see us coming back down, maybe testing it, come back down. Then this is my next target. If this one breaks, down to the 40,000 range. If that one breaks, down to the 35,000 range. So far, so forth. I don't know that we'll get down here. We'll probably get a pretty big bounce from 40,000, but when a lot of people are expecting that, because a lot of people are saying it won't go. So you may get a nice bounce there, and then it just shoot down further and blow through it. So be cautious, be careful. And Also, my wife's webpage, that link is down below also. Also, guys, if you want to join the free Discord, it's down there too. It's totally free, great place to hang out, and a lot of people trading in there, helping each other out. Definitely check it out. It's a great community. But this is my wife's webpage, inkirimage.com. She has a crypto section, a lot of other cool stuff in here. Definitely go and check it out. It's quality stuff, not garbage. And so this is the Dow Jones. We'd been looking at this chart. This is on the 4-hour. We drew this last Friday, talking about it being bearish from there. And as you can see, we have made bearish divergence here. So I do think we are coming down a lot further. Now, it doesn't mean we just continue down. We're obviously going to bounce around, but I think this will help bring Bitcoin down also. The DXY, you guys know I've been bullish on it. We did break through here. My targets on the DXY are 97 to 98.50, somewhere in that range. Still looking for those targets. I've had this chart forever, guys. Now we're going to look at some other charts that I've had for a very long time. Don't forget, towards the end, we are going to be looking at the possibility of that 4-year cycle stuff's done and over with, and now we are in a 10-year cycle. But this is gold. My target on gold has not changed. Looking for 1602. If that fails, 1505, and if the whole world goes to crap, possibly much lower. But this hasn't changed. I've had this for at least 6 months. I think probably longer than that. Most people in the Discord know. So this is my silver chart. Same thing. Look for 20 cents if that breaks 15. Ethereum, this is also an old chart, guys. We did break our support down here. My next line of support here for Ethereum is about 3,500. After that, 3,225. After that, 1850. And if Bitcoin does do that long 2-year bear market, then we'd be looking at possibly a $200 to $400 Ethereum. Again, guys, doesn't have to happen, but you should be prepared for both scenarios. Like I said, watch any other channel if you want to see the bullish stuff. They all copy each other anyway, so they just keep showing the same charts over and over. And again, we'll take a look at that 3 peaks and a domed house also after this. And I'll show you why I think they're both wrong. So this is Litecoin, another old chart. We broke our support here, looking for around 106. If that doesn't hold, back down to the 20s. Same thing, back to the old bear market numbers. XRP, so we got our bounce here at 76, but it is getting rejected at the 8 EMA. If that does not hold, we are looking down towards the mid 20 cent range. Now this is the chart I was talking about. What if it's a 10-year cycle and these are the 5 waves up, 5th wave's finished, and now we could come down? So an Elliott wave, if you're familiar with it, this would be wave 2. Wave 2 should never break wave 1, which wave 1 was like $1,200, something like that. So that would align with the possibility of going down into the mid 3,000s. Now, like I said, not saying we have to go down that low. I do think we'll see sub 10,000 almost definitely again. I could be definitely wrong also, but like I said, if you want to see the bullish stuff, go watch all the other channels. They keep showing the same charts. They steal charts from each other and just keep saying the same stuff. All right, so let's pull this up now. 3 peaks and a domed house. So first of all, right here, this section right here is supposed to break this section, and we broke that section, but it doesn't line up, guys. So that invalidates this whole thing, because this should have been support after it broke. So that's invalidated, right? Now, the same thing here. Once we broke up here, I know he's saying that this is the top here. Well, for one, if that was the top there, it should have had support above these highs over there. So both of it's invalidated. This is not what's happening, in my opinion. This is a bunch of garbage. So just my opinion on it. You can believe what you want, do what you want, do your own research on it. But neither one. Crypto says that we've already done this, which is not valid because the support wasn't above the old high. And Kevin says we're right here, same thing, not valid because the support isn't over the new high. So either way, I think both those guys are wrong. And let's Jordan, That guy is a whack job. I mean, I tried to watch a couple of his videos, but they're super immature, and he likes to talk bad about other crypto guys. So it is what it is. If you choose to watch someone that just draws support and resistance, which you can do yourself, do what you must. But anyways, thanks a lot, guys. I appreciate you guys for stopping in. I think I'm going to get out of here. I just want to get a quick video out and show you my thoughts for the day. My thoughts are probably more downside, so can we ask for specific coin savvy? Can I ask you to look at COT? I'll do a members video. What is today? I'll do a members video after tomorrow's video, and we can go over some other coins if you guys want to do that. And yeah, I think that's about it, guys. Let me run through the comments, see if anything. Look at the S&P weekly from period 1998 to 2010. Pattern looks super similar to BTC weekly for the 2021 period. He wants to be me. That's why, Prince. He really has no good TA. He just draws support and resistance lines and says we may banker on here, and then he makes goofy faces, and he's literally has no clue how the stock market works, and I guarantee he doesn't really trade. So anyways, love you guys. Give me a follow on Twitter. It's at CryptoSavvy1. Smash that like button. Leave a comment if you're watching this video afterwards. Let me know what you think. Are you bullish? Are you bearish? Before I leave, though, put 1 in the comments if you're bullish. Put 2 in the comments right now if you are bearish. I want to check that out. All right, so rolling up. More people bullish. Interesting. The only thing that would make me just a tiny bit bullish is that the perma bulls are getting a little bearish. That's the only thing. But again, I think we have more downside coming. Although we could get that bounce here. I'm not saying we can't, but in my honest opinion, we have more downside coming. So thanks a lot, guys. I'm out.